You get your first look at this 6-foot turkey as you enter a clearing. He moves like a bird, lightly bobbing his head. And you keep still because you think that maybe his visual acuity is based on movement, like T-Rex, and he'll lose you if you don't move. But no, not Velociraptor. You stare at him, and he just stares right back. And that's when the attack comes, not from the front, but from the side. From the other two raptors, you didn't even know were there.
While the dinosaur renaissance began the Dromaeosaur's induction into the pantheon of stock dinosaurs, Jurassic Park solidified the raptor as a pop culture star. The JP raptor was a combination of 3 different Dromaeosaur genera: Velociraptor's name, Deinonychus's anatomy, and the size of a new species, Utahraptor. The real Utahraptor eventually proved to be even larger than the hypothetical giants in the film, maxing out at 23 feet long and well over 6 feet tall. Either way, this dinosaurian chimera thrust the Dromaeosaur group into the public eye, and they were now practically inseparable from the cultural canon of prehistory. It is tempting to say Dromaeosaurs became popular because of their novelty. Predatory dinosaurs in popular media were typically limited to being gigantic, slow-moving, and unintelligent. The raptors of Jurassic Park offered a new alternative: carnivorous theropods that were smaller, faster, and more intelligent than any previous depictions. But Dromaeosaurs aren't the only theropods that break the cliched mold. Abelisaurs, for instance, are another group of carnivores that are significantly different from the typical depiction of theropods, and have also occasionally gotten a pop culture push, but never gained the stardom even close to the Dromaeosaurs. I'd argue it is their familiarity, as much as their uniqueness, that elevated raptors to their A-list position. In his fantastic 2007 all-ages dinosaur book, Thomas Holtz compared Dromaeosaurs to the big cats, saying that if the nickname raptor hadn't been given to the group, panther dinosaurs would have been a pretty good name. Much like the big cats, Dromaeosaurs were armed with both vicious claws and a powerful bite. Evidence also points to some Dromaeosaurs being nocturnal ambush predators, silently stalking before dispatching their prey, also similar to modern felines. Climbing likewise seems to have been common among Dromaeosaurs, a trait they share with cats like leopards and pumas. These qualities, along with their reduced size in comparison to other theropods, aligns raptors with lions, tigers, and jaguars, animals that have haunted humanity's nightmares for millennia. The ingrained reverence for the power big cats possess bleeds through these similarities into the image of the raptor as a being of stealth and precision. Of course, big cats are not a perfect analog for raptors. When they first gained their popularity, Dromaeosaurs were generally portrayed as naked and scaly. The Jurassic Park raptors in particular were given a very lizard-like appearance, with thick-set Komodo dragon-like jaws and vertical pupils. The raptors were even portrayed with flicking tongues in the preliminary animatics, before the idea was vetoed as too reptilian by consulting paleontologist Jack Horner. In Western culture, reptiles are often associated with the monstrous: dragons, worms, and other creatures intent on devouring humans. Generally, we humans empathize more closely to other mammals. Thus, reptile-like creatures create a sense of alien unease in the audience. Therefore, the scaly raptor of the 90s adopts the sinister air of the folkloric monsters. The final modern animal group that Dromaeosaurs evoke are not only some of their closest present-day relatives, but also happen to share their nickname: the true avian raptors. Almost as soon as scientists gained a real understanding of their anatomy, Dromaeosaurs were linked with birds. A wishbone, folding wrists, and a warm-blooded metabolism are all features Dromaeosaurs share with their bird cousins. And by the new millennium, the raptors were among the Mesozoic dinosaurs to have been found with fossilized feathers. The function of the Dromaeosaur's killing claw has also been compared by paleontologists to the talons of hunting birds. The leading hypothesis being that the claws were used for grasping prey while the dinosaur fed on the struggling animal, a frequent tactic of modern eagles and hawks. While early depictions of Dromaeosaurs tended to shy away from direct analogy to birds of prey, modern paleoart often pulls inspiration directly from eagles, hawks, and falcons. Birds of prey are commonly associated with royalty and are frequently used as symbols of combat, power, and freedom. Artists take cues from within these contexts to cast their Dromaeosaurs in a similarly noble light. With a combination of features from some of the most culturally significant predatory animals, it is no wonder dromaeosaurs became as famous as they are today. With the agile presence of big cats, alien ferocity of reptiles, and the eagle's noble visage, raptors are easily one of the most charismatic of the Mesozoic dinosaurs. Jurassic Park may have acted as a vehicle for raptor stardom, but the intrinsic aspect of these creatures' anatomy and potential behavior are what make them so intriguing to scientists and audiences alike. Even with all this publicity, many of the more celebrated raptor species are only known from a smattering of fossils. For many years, the giant Utah raptor was only known from a limited number of specimens. That changed, however, when paleontologist James Kirkland and his team discovered an enormous block of sandstone containing the remains of at least 6 individual Utah raptors. With this new information, the image of the giant dromaeosaur has crystallized into a robust, snaggle-toothed predator. However, work on the block is far from over, with much preparation and study still required. You can donate to the Utah Raptor Project to help further our understanding of these predators. Even a little bit goes a long way and could reveal more information on the life and times of some of the most incredible dinosaurs. Thanks for watching this episode of Thagomizers. We want to know your thoughts on the popularity of raptors. Let us know in the comments, hit us up on Facebook, Tumblr, or Twitter, and you can support the show at patreon.com/Thagomizers.